It's a very broad term.
Initially, it's quite terrifying.
Each iteration is moving quicker and quicker.
Alexa, Siri, like loads of different bits of technology that like we interact with every day.
The tools that we've seen kind of explode in the last year or so. You know, you can make Johnny Cash sing Barbie Girl by Aqua.
I think of Amazon sending me messages, which are amazing, and on Facebook getting targeted with advertising.
Essentially just a tool. It's like a hammer or like a spanner or anything like that.
But also possibility.
The highest form of knowledge is empathy, and I worry that AI doesn't understand the human moral compass.
I want to monetize it rather than use it to its full capacity for the benefits of society.
It can have faults and things like that, and a lot of the times those faults aren't really looked into enough.
I don't want to be influenced by the politician who has better, cleverer use of AI than the one who hasn't.
The speed of which the systems are moving is going at an unprecedented level.
Jobs, I think AI is constantly replicating what people can do.
So yeah, any job that is repeatable and is about looking for patterns is risky.
I feel like it's going to affect a lot of people's jobs. You don't need to pay a AI to have holidays.
I hope, maybe a bit naively, that this aligns with an alternative for people, like universal basic income, and humans can be freed up to take on creative hobbies or other community endeavours.
I'm hopeful that it is a power for good. You know, we've been going through digital transformation for the last 3 decades, possibly. The life is completely different now to what it was when I started out in my career.
As many of the fears that come with any new technology, I think AI has a lot to offer.
I really hope that AI has a massive impact on healthcare.
Will be around health and improving diagnosis.
I like to think that it is going to actually transform the way we deliver healthcare.
I chose this question about the risk of cancer because that's how my mum passed in January last year, and I feel like in that regard it would have been absolutely fantastic. Human ingenuity requires time. If you can input some responses into an AI unit and make them go bang, 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 you get that service rate done quicker, you save more lives.
In a roundabout way, I think all of us.
People who should decide are the people who are most affected by it, by a democratic vote. But for example, if AI displaces 2,000 factory workers, even though it might be more efficient, greener, more cost effective, they're not going to want to lose their jobs.
On some kind of democratic but informed response.
It should be a conversation which isn't behind closed doors. It should be between loads and loads of different people from every background that AI is involved in. There should be spokespeople from those groups.
I think it is a population decision that society needs to accept it, and society needs to have a consensus that it's a power for good. However, what I wouldn't want to see is some kind of referendum in which there was a campaign which meant the public was so scared that they refused to give consent for it to be used.
I was thinking maybe an independent AI panel could decide, that's separate from governments or other bodies, but I think that has its issues as well, because even independent bodies can be lobbied.
It has to be some sort of balance between people who know exactly what they're doing and people who advise on law and on governance of these things.
People who have developed it, they're best placed to really understand the risks and benefits of it.
Draw parallels to maybe my field, how government institutes and politicians react to climate change is almost always completely misinformed, where the science is not really taken into full account and profit margins are put before the actual ecosystem.
Because if you give it to just one person, then it can absolutely be exploited for negative reasons.
Whoever it is that decides, it should have human interest and empathy at the core of those decisions.